This is a story of Trentin Huang. He was born in Santa Monica on April 25th, 2006. After living with his mom and dad for 2 years, here's his mom and his dad. He was accompanied by his little sister. Right here. And then with his little sister, he would do little kid things like watching Thomas and the Train. And Ninjago. When he turned 3, his life changed suddenly. He has something called school. Specifically preschool. He would cry every single day when his parents would drop him off. And then after, however, his parents enrolled him into tennis lessons. And he became really good at tennis. Every single weekend, he would start playing tennis with his sister. And he also enjoyed taking his sister out on little adventures around the park. He also started learning the piano. And then after, he was a happy child with a loving community and many things to do. When he was encouraged to do well in school and piano, tennis became the forefront of his life. Tennis. And while he was encouraged to do well in school and piano, he started practicing tennis every day with his dad. This is his dad. His name is Bill Huang. And every single day, he practiced tennis with his child, Trentin Huang. And his dad would always take him to the local park near their area. And it had a certain pool that he would like to swim in. Every single time he went to the park, he would swim in this pool. However, despite being really busy with this intense schedule of practicing every day with his dad, he found other interests, such as Minecraft and Roblox, eventually with people who he called his friends. This friend is named Ethan, and then his other best friend was named Cody. And together they were a trio. Trentin. They're the best of friends, and at 11, he joined the Boy Scouts with them. This is him setting up a tent. And his first hike ended up being a backpacking trip up one of the tallest mountains in the US, Mount Langley, at a astonishing 14,400 feet up in the sky. And over 20 plus miles. And then after this event, he never wanted to go camping again. He was traumatized. And then after that event, he turned back to tennis and he won his first ever tennis trophy. This was his happiest day ever. And then, however, he shortly realized that his physical size was holding him back against his peers. He had better technique and he trained harder than everyone did. However, he was still way too small. So his dream of becoming a professional tennis player faded. It was no longer a feasible reality. However, his new dream arose. He started a medical lab at UCLA, where he's currently attending, after his sophomore year of high school. And he found his love for the brain. In other words, neuroscience. And he studied the frontal lobe part of the brain. By the time he had graduated high school, he gone to his dream college, UCLA. However, shortly, tennis was no longer his aspiration. No more tennis for Trentin. And in his first year of college, he had terrible study habits. He then started finding new study habits. And now he's finding a happy medium between fun, meeting lots of new people, and work. Finding communities in health care, and furthering his dream through medicine through research and health volunteering.